So right now, it is true. I want you to get rid of all doubt. You know, you come and you hear these things. Could it really be true? I am telling you it is true. Get rid of all doubt, because when you get rid of doubt, is like those hairs that clog your shower drain. It's so great because I studied humans for 150 years, and one thing I knew for sure, if I couldn't be in the humor with you, it was all over. But it's true, doubt clogs these receptor sites that are opening right now, and if you doubt something, then the realities I'm about to share with you will get clogged up, and you won't get to feel the vibrational healing of such. So you want to open these landing fields like wings so you can receive what is happening. Let me tell you this, you just dissolved a whole lot of separation between human to human. Humans are aching for an embrace. They are aching to be touched. They are aching for a smile to reach in and grab the heart and say, you are safe with me. So your willingness to embrace each other, that embrace is now going into a huge template of embrace, and it is now moving across the world with the winds of our crafts. Right now. Yippee. But what you are separated from so much is your ability to become vibrational beings. You are so locked in your material bodies thinking this is what you have to pay attention to. The very locked into your material bodies is what makes your longevity so short. You are vibrational. It is a new time to be totally, totally in the vibration of all that is. Your heart is a vibrational instrument. It is like a harp with strings of love. And when you pluck it, that love moves throughout your body, can heal you. You are vibrational beings. Know this, that ascension is knowing you are vibrational, and when you are vibrational, you can connect to all that is. Everything in the universe is energy, everything is vibrational, everything is frequency, everything. God's breath is frequency of sound. And so know you are vibrational. And as you move out of the material, you will actually literally become lighter in your body. The other thing you have been separated from is the manifestation fuel for you to have it for your mission. It is important to first being fueled up if you're going to know where you're going. So many people come to me and say, Zazar, can you tell me where I'm going? And I go, first you got to fill your tank full of fuel. And then when your tank is full of fuel, that fuel begin to move the car in unexpected ways. You have to have manifestation fuel, and you have been cut off from that. And there is so much fuel coming into your planet now. The other thing you have been cut off from is the spectrum of realities. You are caught in a 3D world, a material world, and there are so many higher realities. The thing, if somebody said to me, what makes you sad? You know what I would say? That you don't realize how many realities there are. Because they are juicy and luscious and delicious. And so I want to bring some of them to you today. The spectrum of realities are incredible. You can only reach them vibrationally. Okay, now I want to say to you this. Why is your magnificent light field so important to let free? Because your magnificent light field holds wisdom libraries that have been shut off from you. You all are seekers to go out there. I'm glad you're here today, don't get me wrong. However, what I say to you and what I do with you is to turn your searching around, to know how to search within their own libraries. You have been duped. You have these wisdom libraries, these intuitions that can lead you and know exactly where to go. And this is where your manifestation abundance lives. And There are landing fields literally in you. They're like receptor sites that have been closed down, and there's receptor sites when you open and consciously are aware of the beautiful light that shines within you. You begin to know and expand these light fields where all corridors begin to open up. So this is so beautiful to begin the track within, to discover your magnificent light and everything that lands there and everything that is there. And when you do this, you have light codes within your light field that begin to trigger, activate DNA. Let me tell you about this DNA thing. You have, and where do these come from? Within you, that activate and say to the DNA that is like dormant, it is time. It is time for this enlivenment. You also, your DNA has become, spoiled a bit. Spoiled in the sense of spoiling. And it holds not a lot of longevity. It holds the ability to have ailments. Your genes. There is this new DNA activated strand, and what it holds is the antidotes for the strand that has been for eons in the making. Every culture that has ended in war, every culture that has ended in famine, this has mutated your DNA, your precious human DNA from the get-go. The new blueprint of your DNA is coming into you from the heavens, but you have to have these receptor sites. But this particular DNA strand will be the antidote for that DNA that triggers short lives, that triggers ailments, that triggers war. Your DNA, you have DNA that look, we don't touch your current DNA. We don't want to take it to study it. We can look at the earth and see what we need to see. But we know you have this DNA in you. When you begin to know your beautiful light within, it opens up like little keys, this DNA that begins to dissolve that which has harmed you always. The DNA holds your cosmic heritage. You have been separated from the truth of where you come from. It is amazing to us that there are people on Earth, when they see the great Earth from the astronauts Artemis, and they don't go, yeah, there's a lot of space out there, but we are the only ones alive. It is amazing too. And people say, why don't you come and just show us? And I say to you, well, if a praying mantis knocked on your door, you'd faint. What good is that? So you have to have these landing sites open. You have to have this DNA activation of your star-seededness to have these receptor sites that can tolerate all that is to come in the Great Awakening. And when I mean tolerate, you're going to tolerate such grand things. And people say, well, I can tolerate grand things. And I say, you want to come to my craft tonight? The next day they say, I did not go to your craft. And I said, I know, you came, you fainted, you're out, we brought you back. Because it is that beautiful light. So it's learning to tolerate that light in your very diet. And then there are these corridors that begin to connect to the synchronistic web of the divine. Many of you are having synchronicities all over the place. Have you noticed that? Synchronicities here, there, everywhere. So many, if you kept a diary, you'd be on 100 diaries. Synchronicities are coming in. Why? Because when your light field is no longer separated, when it begins to grow out, it creates a corridor going directly to the synchronistic web. In the synchronistic web, you begin to recognize those synchronicities relevant to your mission. where otherwise you were blinded. Now you begin to move in this beautiful corridor that is no longer strapped in, and the light from you begins to move like a wave out into this corridor, moving you into the synchronistic web. And some of you are becoming grand surfers, surfing this synchronistic web. And every day you run into, oh, there, and I can't believe this, oh my, oh my. And that's abundance. So you get to connect, and then there are corridors that connect to so many other realities, and this is where I get a bit excited. But here is the thing. Understand this, that there is a super reality surrounding you. A super reality surrounding you. There is a super reality within you, and the two have been cut off. As your light field grows, the super reality contains everything that is. Your super reality inside contains everything that is, except both are stagnant when there is no connection. Think of it this way, a grand wall between that super reality and that which is in you, and both are stagnant. So you don't get the fuel, the connection, the knowledge. And so when you begin to breathe your light, it begins to dissolve that belt that has disconnected you to this, and the super reality outside of you has been waiting, anticipating. Let's take a look. Is she still? Is he still stubborn? No, they're not moving. Okay, we'll go back to our static state, waiting. Super reality has its own consciousness, and there you are as you begin to wake up, and your super reality begins to twist and turn, and it begins to move out to the super reality, and there is a crossing point of 0 point energy, and at that crossing point enormous energy comes into you, and now you are dancing and weaving. And you don't know the difference between the super reality that you thought was out there and that which is in you, because it's being fueled all together, merging. And this is where the healing gets fun. And so these corridors begin to open up. Corridors to the ancient ones, corridors to your galactic star families, corridors, and you move on these synchronistic pathways, and you move, and you begin to have night visits from your star families, from your galactic guides, from the ancient ones, and you begin to move, and there's healers that show up in the middle of the night because your corridors are wide open. And you're getting healings that you don't even know about, and you didn't even know you needed healings for. That was a nice tap. Is that the time tap? I don't know what that means. Okay, it's a time thing. Marilyn knows, I don't care. So, but thank you, Jen. So I say to you, as these corridors open up, you will begin to know your galactic heritage. You will begin to visit your highest incarnations. Now that is a trip, visiting your highest incarnation. Now I have to tell you this about your highest incarnations. You all want to go to quantum healers to find out some low life. Forget about it. Because when you start to connect with your highest incarnations, they are waiting for you. And your highest incarnations are doing a mission similar to what you are up to here on earth. And because you are connecting with them, and I can look at you immediately and know one of your highest incarnations, because when I am in this room, they come. And they stand right beside you. And they're doing this. Trying to get your vibrational attention, because when you connect with the higher vibrational beings that you are in a higher incarnation, they send you essences to fulfill this mission you are on now. And let me tell you one more thing about getting in touch with this corridor. Marilyn says to me, my highest incarnations have been incredible to know. And I feel the fuel from them. Does it hurt them to know me in the lower vibrational realm? And I say to her, hurt them. You have no idea that every step you take in your ascension journey sends them essences and disappears something that was in their path that for a moment hindered them. Humans have such a low idea about who you are. But as you get in touch with them, you are also sending them this amazing light. And light from a planet that is coming out of the darkness is so bright that when ascension is reached on Earth, Earth will look like a star, not just in this galaxy, but it will be a star that shines all throughout the galaxies, causing a ripple effect for your universe to simply become a co-creator of a new universe. That's how important Earth is to this process. And as you connect with the higher ones, it's so fun because they are here to help you, and you are in a dance figure eight with them, and you are helping them more than you know. The universe is beautifully kind, beautifully gentle, beautifully graceful, and everything is for higher light. And as you dance with a higher incarnation, one of your lowest incarnations you might not want to visit simply dissolves. This is like technology. As you move up, some of your lowest lives in this parallel incarnation you are in dissolve. You will see people on the street that you knew in 3rd grade. They will still know you. You'll have no clue about them, and it's not your memory. It's because that part of your life dissolves. This is light technology. It's beautiful. It's breathed from source itself. And so, then in this lighted way, these corridors move into where your soul sensory modalities are held. Those are the things like bilocation, remote view, and telekinesis, teleportation, telepathy, all those great things that you think only psychics have. Oh no, you have them all. And as one of you begins to explore one of them, you're producing now an enzyme that goes out to others to also become telepathic, if that's what you are. On the great ship Marilyn was on, she learned how to do all these things as a child. And children, they learn so quick. They were bilocating all over the ship. They were bilocating in areas they should not have bilocated into. There were candy machines of some kind that someone found. We won't mention who. But they knew how to do such beautiful soul sensory modalities, not physical, but soul sensory, bilocation. There are pictures of Marilyn giving a lecture, and she totally disappears in the pictures. She was in an altered state where she remembered how the child teleportated. This is all possible. If it is possible within her, it is possible now within you. That's what's going on now. It's becoming contagious. What one human can do, others will learn to do. There is no longer competition, comparison, judgment. Well, she can do that, I can't do that. No, that is not what is going on. Everyone will have access to all these gifts of the humankind.